Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction or read through for Tower of God Urek Mazino Chapter 18 Baskerville Part 2. It's actually Baskerville Part 2. So I can say with complete sincerity, what the dog doing? I am so excited. I have been loving the spin-off so very much. I thought last chapter was maybe the funnest one so far. I love these side characters, so it's crazy that the first time, I think this is the first time so far, right? Oh, we might have had Flip or Flop Part 1 and 2. Or was that only one chapter? Is this the first time we're having a two-part chapter or whatever, and it's Baskerville? There have been some, like, maybe this was originally, like, cut together and edited in a different way before being released. Because there were some weird things, like us going from one scene to another scene with the same characters and being like, meanwhile, with these two characters, it's like, wait, we didn't even change scene. We've been with these two characters. So I have no clue. Either way, though, I'm excited to read. I made a post earlier where I was like, okay, because of some health issues that I've been dealing with and may continue to deal with for another week or two, videos might be slow this week, and if things don't go that well, maybe even slow next week. But I'm still going to be trying to do as much as I can, and because of that, I am so sorry. You know, I'm gonna throw the blame on that. I have been meaning to. It's been over a week since I last changed the end card at the end for patrons and members. I usually change it like as soon as there is something in need of being changed, but I haven't done it in a full week, and I'm so sorry if you're a new patron or member. But I was meaning to do it before I came to record anything again, but I just kind of decided, I was like, I'm feeling pretty good right now. I don't want to be behind on Urek, so I was like, I really want to go record Tower of God and Omniscient Reader. So, you know, I'm sorry. I totally neglected once again to update the end card. But yeah, like I said, I was just so excited that I was like, I am feeling up to it. I really want to go record Tower of God. So, you know, we have chapter 18. We're starting off with Baskerville seems to have tanked the attack quite well, showing us this first panel. This Ranker, he's powerful. I can't have him roaming around a test site full of rookies. We have some Shinsu coming off from his pipe. The brush used for it looks really good. I thought so in the above panels. And is this a counterattack coming from everywhere? Nope, never mind. This seems like it's still this guy's ability. I forget his name constantly still. Oh? You're barking too loud, puppy. It seems like he's still... events that are going on, not the clearest for me, but he is still moving. You're barking too loud, puppy. Okay, no, he's getting sliced apart. I don't want Rahab to hear. Wait, he knows the head director? This should make a nice ball, he takes his head, for a game of fetch. Is he going to... You know, we know that injuries in Tower of God work a little different. It's going to be real crazy if he can just tank having his entire head taken off. But, you know, it's still titled Baskerville. So, well, I'd say I've been quite discreet around here. Looks up, sees Urek flying. Is that a regular? Baskerville Part 2. We see some of the, you know, gargantuan booba of the queen. Hey, I guess the queen, Evelyn, they're compatriots in more ways than one. They have this divine connection with one another. It looks down toward Evelyn. Are you? Sancho! You know, again, injuries work differently in Tower of God, but I don't think you're fixing him, man. I'm here. Can you... Brother, he doesn't have ears anymore. I'm sorry to break the news to you, Rue. Rue, I need help over here. Anyone. Please. It's no use, Rue. And we see he used up the Shinsu gem, or whatever it was called. He's gone. I'll never forgive that monster for doing this. We have the hand. Whoa, watch out. No, it's all right. I don't think she's going to hurt us. You want me to hold your hand? She hesitates. Again, if Evelyn's already been like the coolest, most interesting character in the spinoff to me. So she's already cool. If on top of this, she gets to control the queen or whatever, that's just even more cool. If it is like what I had been guessing for a long time, that she's just too powerful for other creatures to handle, so she needs a creature powerful enough, like, to work with her abilities. Huh? It's going to be okay. And she waits a minute. Evelyn. They touch. Okay. Is this still okay? We're touching. Skin to skin. But she's completely calm. How can this be? Evelyn, look. What? It's the crown. Oh. You're right. That's our crown. Why's she wearing it, though? No idea. What? You saw something shiny in your home, so you took it. Would you mind giving me the shiny little thing? It pauses for a moment. The queen's like, hold up. I wasn't planning to kill you, but you might be asking a bit much. He shakes his head no. We really need that crown. I promise we'll bring it right back. Is there a reason why you don't want us to have it? The crown belongs to you, because you're the queen. Any ideas, Evelyn? I mean, that's such a funny line. I mean, she has a point. A crown should be worn by a queen. Want to know something funny, though? I'm also a queen. I really like Evelyn and the queen. What? You never told me that. Every woman deserves to be treated like a queen. For example, I'm your queen, Rue. Ah, I see. I agree, your majesty. You heard that, right? Rue top simp. You heard that, right? I think I deserve to have that crown. As if. Hey, is it just me or did that thing talk? Okay, so now Rue could hear it there. So I think Rue was the third person to hear it then, because Urek heard it at first, and then Evelyn, and now I think Rue is hearing it. We have the princess. Come on, right this way. And the team with Aru, and I don't remember the other two off the top of my head. The other guy was Leb? Something like that. The other team. That was the other group. I forget the blonde guy. Unless I'm getting this completely wrong. We got what is Blue, but I said Bluey. We have Bluey and Aru there. Looks like I'll have company. Urek's just rushing in straight away. Mazino? Is he flying? No, I can't let him. Get to the crown first. And is everybody who's important going to convene here? What the heck? Also, weirdly enough, we haven't seen Rohan and Neo in forever. Is that? And we have Evelyn and Rue riding the queen. Rue and Evelyn? Again, I wonder what's going to happen, though, since they lost a teammate. Like, how does that work moving into future tests? Is this the last one where they'll need teams of 3? Maybe. I mean, I guess in season 1 of the main series, the Crown game was the last test where they needed a group of 3. Look, up there. There are people riding that thing. What's going on, you two? Did the queen offer you a ride or something? Urek. It's hard to explain, but I think Evelyn and the queen might be friends? Friends? Huh, that's wild. So, did the queen agree to give you the crown? Actually, no. No, she didn't agree to it. Something about how the crown belongs to a queen. So, she's a stubborn one. What's your plan then? Pretty simple, really. We're going to lead the queen over to the throne and have her sit on it. Now that she's on our team, I bet they'll count it as our combined time on the throne. I'm not sure that that's how it works, but technically, this is the floor of test, so it's not like the queen would have needed to pass through any other floors to get here. And they are missing a teammate. So the queen as a replacement teammate would kind of be hilarious. I mean, we've already established that talking alligators, that talking penguins can climb. We've had actual, like, leeches, like parasites that count as regulars. So, you know what? It might be a bit of a stretch of the rules, but I don't know if it's necessarily breaking them. Now that she's on our team, I bet they'll count it as our combined time on the throne. We're basically indestructible. And then, if the queen learns compression and is a more human size... Sorry. It's even hotter. Sorry. We're basically indestructible. Soon we'll have victory. Yeah, right. I'd be surprised if the throne didn't break. We have pink energy. Is it the princess then? Princess coming in? Urek stopping her? Yo, princess. She lands back. You here for the crown too? I thought it was obvious. Hand it over. She slashes toward the queen. I really hope the queen doesn't get hurt. I like the queen might actually be one of my favorite characters in the spinoff so far. Stop it. She's our... Look, the princess is going after the monster. Let's go help her. And then we have these guys just running in. Urek stops them as well. Again, Urek's teammates. Where is everybody? He just gets flattened immediately. Are you okay? Hey, what was that for? Stay away from the queen if you don't want to get hurt. Again, Urek might actually be saving them. We don't know. Like the queen, I don't think we've seen be violent yet, except for toward the bull just swatting it away. So... You know, we don't know how dangerous this is, if she might just actually kill them, if not for Urek protecting them by keeping them away. Whose side are you on? It's our job to kill that monster and get the crown. No, don't attack. She's our friend. Friend? So what? Are you saying the crown belongs to you? Well, that was the plan. But she refused to hand it over. She said only a queen can wear the crown. Then you'd have no problem giving it to me, says the princess. As a princess of the heart, I alone have the right to wear that crown upon my head. Don't worry, I'll give it back once I pass the... Hilarious if the princess just got swatted like the bull did. That would be so funny. Bullshit. Okay, so the fourth person, hearing the queen, calls bullshit. What was that? I swear I just heard it say something. The queen, so much better than the princess. You saw that, right? It's not planning on giving up the crown, and you'll never manage to take it, no matter how hard you try. I love the goofy eye, looks like the net dolphin eyes too. The queen is stronger than all of you combined. Oh yeah? We have her highness on our side. I never agreed to be on your team. Well, he's just volunteering the princess to do the work, basically. Besides, he's right. The queen's definitely stronger than me. It is? What are you trying to get at, Mazino? At this rate, nobody will get the crown. Is that what you want? I was looking at her hairpin again. It looks normal here because of last chapter when it looked like weirdly low detail. I mean, won't that really be so bad? What? Well, of course it would be. It doesn't really matter if no one gets on the throne with the crown. Think about it. If two teams have the same time, they both qualify. So if no team manages to get any time on the throne at all, they'll all be on equal footing, which means everyone qualifies. I feel so stupid. Urek outsmarted me. I didn't even think about that. They did say that in the rules. They said if the top two teams have the same amount of time, then they all qualify. So if the top time is 0 seconds, and they're all tied at 0 seconds, they're all tied for the top spot and all qualify. Wow. Urek saw through the rules, and it seems like he's just been thinking this the whole time. He's just been, yeah. And that's probably maybe even why he didn't want them to, grab the crown. Like, why he asked Evelyn, hey, did she give you permission to get the crown and go to the throne? Because if Evelyn got time, that means that Urek's team would be in trouble. But so long as nobody gets it, Urek's probably thought this whole time, okay, if nobody gets it, then we're all good. What if you're wrong and we all get disqualified? Too much of a gamble, don't you think? In that case, I'll give those rule makers a piece of my mind. And we see Rahab just still standing around, not doing anything. Just trust me. I'm willing to bet I'm the biggest fish here. And then we have the physically, literally biggest fish here, so to speak, being stared at. He's having a good look at, they're hanging. He's getting a good look. What in the world? That's not the one I've been looking for. Oh, so he wasn't looking where I'd be looking. He was looking at Rue. That was... So how did Rue get here? So they're like, after the escaped ascetic, and it's like, he's not the escaped ascetic. Which means what? They didn't even know he was missing? You would think even if he was at the island or whatever and got plucked away by Head-On, they would still know that he was missing from that. So maybe he isn't from the island and he's just from somewhere else, and he mentioned it being part of the culture, the other guy did. So maybe he's just from wherever the people that were on the island were taken from. Or it could just be there's only one guy at that island that has the same shirt, potentially. And the rest are just different people from different cultures, and the guy who escaped from the island just happens to be from the same culture as Rue. But then again, the way he's wording it here, that's not the one. Seems like he's an ascetic, but how'd he get here? What's an ascetic doing in the tower as a regular? Okay, saying doing in the tower, again, it makes me feel like these people are irregulars. Like they are from outside as well. Okay, what's an ascetic doing in the tower as a regular? Again, unless they're just talking about the inner tower as the tower, but still. It kind of makes me think they all might be irregulars. And how is that one flying around? Alright, let me get this straight. Or maybe these people, like the people working with Rahab, maybe they're just working with Fintaminum so they know about outside the tower, but they're not actually from outside the tower. But maybe, I think I said this before, the ascetics are from outside the tower, and they're taken in and then sacrificed because they need to sacrifice irregulars to make Mago or empower Mago or whatever. So maybe Rue and this other guy are technically irregulars. Again, especially with the wording here with how's that one flying around. Alright, let me get this straight. There's a regular who knows how to fly. An empty vessel. And another ascetic I didn't know about. To top it all off, the regulars made friends with that monster. Sometimes they look even bigger. I wonder, why did Rahab never tell us about this ascetic? Is he gonna? Is Baskerville gonna do something? Is he still alive? Is he gonna make some kind of play? This has been titled Baskerville the whole time. Does the administrator know of the ascetics, perhaps? Well, there's only one way to ensure the island stays a secret. Get rid of them both. The only problem is, eliminating him discreetly will be difficult while he's with his team. There must be a good way. We have the bull. He takes notice. Perfect. Hey, you. You look like you've got a grudge against the queen and those regulars. I think I could help you with that. He extends his hand. I want you. Wait. You want to kill them all, don't you? We have a powerful aura of Shinzu around him. I guess maybe he's being buffed. Well, you happy with your new powers? And I guess I thought the gem was just like a floating rock around him, floating in the aura, but I guess it's fused into his forehead now? Okay. Alright. He immediately turns on the blonde guy. Already itching to test it out, huh? You're an impatient one. He starts leaping around. Goes in for a chomp. The art has been really, really good, I must say too. And he surprises him, it seems. But he's grabbed and tossed into the ground. Okay, so even the buffed up bull stands no chance against this guy. Just to clarify, you're my servant, not an ally. And your new powers will continue to grow as long as you remain loyal to me. Now, this is exactly what I want you to do. So listen very closely, and we're going to get a cliffhanger, aren't we? Yep, I knew it. Now I have to wait another week. I don't feel like waiting. I'm having so much fun with this. Okay, I love the spinoff. It's so fun. Evelyn's so fun. The Queen is so fun. Urek, I think, is a really good main character. I have been really liking Urek as a main character more than I've liked Bomb as a main character in an extremely long time. He's really fun and entertaining. I think the moment where he worked out the test rules, he's totally right. They wouldn't get all disqualified. It was in the rules. They said the tying top score all makes it through if they're tied, and if they're tied at 0 seconds, that's the tied top score. So he's totally right. He's totally correct here. So that was very fun. This was titled Baskerville again. Baskerville, poor guy, was not in it very much. And when he was, I didn't want to see him that way. Okay, well, what's going to happen now? I really don't want anything bad to happen to the Queen, though. I really like the Queen. And I feel like the Queen is the most expendable right now. Like, of course, most people are expecting Rue to die, but I'm not expecting him to die in the crown game. I'm expecting us to go a little bit further. Then he might die. But the Queen could die, and I don't want it to happen. Anybody else I don't think is expendable yet. Like, I don't think Urek or the Princess or Evelyn, like, it feels like we're building to stuff with all of those characters, or some of the characters that haven't gotten a lot of time yet, like Aru or Berber, characters that we've been seeing and we've been checking in on a while, but we haven't really, like, got a lot out of. It feels like CU is building something for them, and they're going to have their moments, whatever, test it's going to be, whatever part of this story it's going to be in the side story. It feels like they're being built for something, at least. So I don't think they are expendable, and while I do think Rue is expendable, I think it's not yet. Like, I do think the Princess could die, but again, it's just one of those things. I think she could die, just not yet. She's not dying here, though it would be very funny, because I'll be real with you all, I don't really care about the Princess. We haven't even gotten a name. Some of the stuff with her, like her fight last week, was the funnest thing with her so far, but a lot of the stuff with her and Urek, I haven't really cared about. A lot of her character and the way she acts, I don't really care about. So, the Princess hasn't won me over yet, whereas I'm totally entertained by Evelyn and Rue, even though Rue's kind of like, meh, whatever. I am expecting him to die at some point. I'm interested in what Urek's doing. I'm interested in the rankers and the sort of plot with Mago going on in the background. I'm interested in all this. The Princess, doesn't move me so far, but I think it's supposed to be a thing where her and Urek, they've been butting heads, and I think they'll keep butting heads until eventually it comes to some sort of big climax where either she's going to die and that's going to be another death that kind of impacts Urek and maybe the way that he sees things in the tower, or she's going to continue on as a separate force from him and become some high-ranking princess, and her name's going to be important within Zahard's empire, and that's going to be important to the main story. it really makes you wonder, is this all just for fun, or is it supposed to tell us something about the main story? Because honestly, so far it seems like it's really just giving us more context on Urek and Pentaminum, because I do think this Mago stuff, the stuff with the ascetics who might be, irregulars being sacrificed, the stuff with all of that feels deeply tied into Urek and Pentaminum. So maybe that's being set up here so that we didn't have to do it as a flashback in the main story. That's being set up here so that it can be paid off in the main story at some point, because I doubt it'll be paid off here since Urek is still doing stuff in the tower in the present time. So I think that's maybe where we're going as like a grand thing. So the princess also could be something that, again, either she dies and it gives us more for Urek's character, or she becomes part of Zahard's empire and she's also important for the main story plot, because we're going to have to really, really talk about princess stuff eventually anyway. So, yeah. I guess that's where I'll end it this week. I don't think there's too much more I have left, but I was talking about whether all those characters were expendable or not so far. But right now, the queen could totally die. I don't want her to. In fact, I would love if the queen replaced Sancho. I think that would be hilarious, because the queen can speak to everybody. I think it would be hilarious if the queen replaced Sancho and just join Rue and Evelyn's team. That would be so fun. Or if the queen just was able to somehow stick around with Evelyn as her partner Shinhil. I think that would be very, very fun. But either way, I do worry for the queen's safety. Thank you for watching. Also, like I mentioned, we need to find out more about what's going on with the guy who was with Rue and Evelyn, but he's not right this moment. He's kind of disappeared. The other ascetic that was being hunted, we need to find out where he is, what his deal is. We need to see him. He kind of disappeared. And also, now that the important characters are kind of convening towards the throne, it would be nice to see what's going on with Neo and Rohan, because they've been missing this arc. So yeah. Either way, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you'd like to help support the channel by sharing around or dropping a super thanks, it's really appreciated. If you want to help support the channel by becoming a member or patron, hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Like I said, I'm so sorry I haven't updated this in a full week, a little bit longer than a week actually, so thank you to people who are members and patrons. I'm so sorry if you're not included, but thank you. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan, Holly, and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, J.A.D.D. Ban, and Maru, Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Patty RDL, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, for supporting. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you all next time.